throughout the year. Like they had all these different celebrations. He didn't want to give that shit up. So he was like, all right, to the Nicene Council. He was like, look, all right, basically compile all the different doctrines that you have and figure out a way to put our pagan rituals into the doctrine with the Christianity so that we can still do what we need to do, but still take over Christianity at the same time.
So this was about using belief to govern people.
Yeah. That's all it was.
I think you've been possessed by some kind of demon, Kevin, and I'm gonna spray some bloodstone on you and hit you with a couple of Hoda the Boko shots. See if that snaps you out of this curse you're in. Okay? Don't you know God is hope and Jesus is the way?
My bad.
So let me take it back. Let me take it back. Is Jesus the Son?
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, we say that shit like it's all cool and shit, but it ain't cool to a lot of people.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't understand it. Is Jesus the Son? And how is Jesus the Son?
Jesus is the Son of God the way Superman is the son of Jor-El.
Uh-oh.
How about that?
I'm confused.
Break it down.
Let me...
I want people to leave here with some kind of...
Those of us who view the show, know that we are in alignment with the zeitgeist version of Jesus, and that basically it is astrology and sun worship.
Astrotheology.
Yes, astrotheology is what encompasses the Bible and most of its teachings in there. If you are under that understanding, then you realize that just as the son of Jor-El was created, the son of the plans of the son of Jor-El, the existence of DC Comics.
See, this shit happens on a humbug. This nigga just be high and it come out.
It just come out, nigga. You tell me I'm wrong.
On a humbug.
Chime in. Tell me fine what I'm tired of. I'm tired of all these people in the chat room that agree with us. How come we can't have Furpo Carr on the show, your boy?
Furpo will show up one day.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let me
busy.
air.
I done had a lot of battles with Furpo.
I'm gonna air some of the show's dirty laundry. Okay, probably I only have amazing. That's why Zoe's my friend. What?
If any of the laundry is mine, nigga, don't say shit.
It's only yours, nigga.
Okay, then you're going to have to talk about other people.
No, I'm talking about Zoe Williams right now.
I want you to talk about Kevin.
Here's what Zoe Williams pisses me off.
Talk about Kevin.
No, I'm talking about this motherfucker right here. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay with this shit, okay? I'd say I got a first-degree black belt. This motherfucker is Bruce Lee with the Bible shit. And I can't tell you how many bullies, how many Bible bullies that Zoe just give a pass to that I can beat them up. I can beat them up. This nigga can reduce him to the fetal position.
And you know what? Let me just say this.
You missed that period.
Let me just say this.
Oh, I missed that period.
Let me just say this, brother.
Let
me just say, I got an email from a woman who told me she's mad at me too because of some shit you said.
Yes.
This is why I be asking you to shut the fuck up and leave my dirty shit. I get a long ass email from this woman talking about you better let the beast out. People need to see the beast. I want you to chop people down. This is some Jeff shit. Jeff done fired this lady up, and he got her wanting me to bang on people. Let me just say, man, I stopped banging on people.
That was like 10 years ago, 15
because
years ago?
I realized...
No, it wasn't 10 years. I've seen this sort of light. One time, this motherfucker broke down the Garden of Eden, and I was sitting there, mouth fucking agape. I couldn't even... I was like, this is making too much sense too fast while I'm not high. Shut up.
But let me just say, man, I stopped doing that shit because I saw it as detrimental. Really? Not everybody... Listen, not everybody is ready for that shit. You could fuck somebody up. It's almost like
milk the baby.
It's almost like taking white supremacy and the system and feminism away from black women right now. If you take it away from them, what the fuck they got?
Okay, back up.
Or if you take black away from them.
I'm not saying ride around like in the Blues Brothers movie where they took an ice cream truck and put some speakers on the top and was like, come down to the Blues brother show. I'm not telling you to seek them out. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that show ready to do battle and they don't know. Okay, it's one thing to be inexperienced. It's another thing to be inexperienced and show up at the Coliseum calling gladiators out.
Calling out
Jeff,
Russell Crowe.
listen. Every now and again,
Yes, sir.
a disrespectful motherfucker could catch it.
Disrespectful.
Catch a beat
motherfucker.
down.
But for the most part, I only want to talk to people who are willing to learn
There
more,
you go.
Okay,
right?
fair enough.
I only want to talk to people who are willing to learn more.
I understand.
Listen, they stole all your motherfucking cultures and labeled them pagan
Right.
while using them. Right? While using them.
While using them.
This is my thing.
Well,
Take HPV, Helena Petrova Blavatsky.
I thought you meant human papilloma.
No, she's the founder.
I did too for a second.
I swear to God, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Let's get distraction.
Well, go ahead.
It's like really funny, but it's off topic. Here we go. Okay, get right. All right, and we're back. Blavatsky.
Okay.
She comes from some, some kind of well-to-do Russian family or some shit.
Okay.
And decides to be on, when she becomes an adult, decides to be on some old, I'm gonna go to the ancient East and recontextualize the shit that already exists. First off, who gave you the authority?
How about that?
Oh, well, the ascended masters, Kuthumi, Lord Moria, and Saint Germain are my guides. Prove it. She opened up the ancient East, Hinduism, Taoism, Buddhism. She opened up the ancient East systems and was the conduit to bring it to the West. Well, you know what? Just like in the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 1, Luke says, in the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 1, since I am endowed with perfect knowledge of all things from the beginning, and other niggas were writing books, I saw fit that I too should write a book on these accounts. Nigga, you weren't there.
Right.
Luke, you weren't there. You were brought in by Paul.
Yeah.
So how you get perfect knowledge from all things from the beginning? Oh, well, it was a revelation of God. Wait a minute. Let me tell you.
Nigga, I know everything about New York hip hop.
cut me off.
Motherfucker, you live in New Orleans.
Okay, let me get it back. Let me get it
I'm
back because there's Jeff. Okay, we're going to get it We're going to get it back. I'm trying to tell you right now, truth doesn't need a lawyer.
Wow.
Truth does not need somebody, a proxy, somebody to speak for it.
Okay.
Right? So, again, whenever you see like in Abrahamic belief systems, right? Judaism, Christianity, Hinduism, or Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
Yes, sir.
You get translations, right? You get authorities to speak for, well, this didn't mean that. This meant this and this. And then
You get a bunch of what had happened was.
and then you get what the Muslims call it innovation. Don't innovate on the scriptures.
Right.
Christians call it, exegesis, right? I don't really know what this meant, but
On Friday.
I'm gonna tell you what it means, and because as a man of God, so they have apologetics and they have hermeneutics and they have what's the other word? Exegesis. They get to add shit that they don't know is actually there. All I'm saying is truth doesn't need that.
But that's why they're able to do that. Actually, truth is perception. See, need that. Facts is just a thing that's done. Truth, it uses belief.
But I think that's, to me, I think that's semantics.
But it's not semantics. If one person's truth is not going to, may not be the same as someone else's. That's why truths will differ between people. So you'll have a different perception on shit based on how you come up, how you've seen information. All these different things play a part in how you will see something. So that's why people's truths. But all the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the truth is perfect.
What would be deemed as pagan spirit practices feeding to them. So each one of the three religions. So like Christianity had Gnosticism, Islam had Sufism, and Judaism had the Kabbalah.
But see, this is why,
or the Talmud, that these different things feeding into those.
But this is why I go back. This is why I say, okay, truth might be perception in English, but Jesus, every time you read in the Bible, verily, verily, I say unto you, he's saying el haq, the truth is the truth, which is fact beyond any doubt. El haq, the truth is the truth. It was synonymous with fact. Now in English, the truth is perception. Just like English takes the word meditate and turns the word meditate into measurement as a means to own, a means to become the authority of. From the Western, do you see what I'm saying? So Kevin is right from an English speaking perspective. Yes, truth is subjective. But that's the Western thought that we are conditioned by. This is why I said...
But it's even any way around is going to be subjective. I mean, how you see something may not be how I see it, no matter what time we're living in.
No. I'm talking about how the Easterner saw, and you'll follow this. The Easterner saw this place we live in as illusion.
Yes.
This ain't real.
Right.
Okay.
The Westerner turns the illusion into the reality.
Right.
So from the Westerner's perspective, this is the truth from my perspective. From the Easterner's perspective, this shit ain't real.
This shit is, yeah.
This is not real.
What is just is, right.
So this is why I go back to the scripture. You go back to the original language, the Aramaic. Jesus says, verily, verily, it comes into verily, which is verily, of course, is your Latin veritas, the truth or fact. You see what I'm saying? The fact of what it is. That's because them motherfuckers, if they were real at all, them motherfuckers were on a higher level of consciousness that was talking about that we don't experience here. We label it as spiritual.
Right.
Go ahead, Ken.
Okay.
I mean, Jeff.
Okay, and y'all two help me out. I'm serious. I'm not bullshitting.
We don't want to help you.
Okay, well then both of you find something sharp and fall on it. Here is what I'm saying. I have learned to measure certain words by their antonyms. So I measure the word truth by the word lie. Okay? When my grandmother told me that this plate that she made for me that had ham hocks on it and macaroni and cheese,
yes, brother,
and cornbread,
yes,
that this was good for me.
Yes.
She was not lying from her measure of intelligence and truth, because she sat down to the same meal with me. A lie would be if she knew that this was bad and only made it for me.
Right.
So when my grandmother told me that God is hope and Jesus is the way, and you're going to go to, oh my God, you're going to go to hell if you do not believe in Jesus, was not lying to me, because that was her version of the truth.
Right.
And is with
illusion.
illusion.
To you.
To you, yeah. So
Belai.
What in that context am I?
English. That's why I'm saying, if you go to what the truth is, the underlining fabric of reality.
Okay.
For instance, your boy Onken Aten, right? This motherfucker, people got him twisted. They say he's the first monotheistic, right? The first person to worship one God. They thought he was worshiping the sun, but he was actually worshiping the energy of the sun. That's why when you see those fucking the hieroglyphs, he'll show the Aten hands at the end of the rays. The sun rays turn into hands. It was the energy, the imminence of the energy. Again, they were talking about a different reality. In this matrix, the truth is what you perceive.
Right.
But the mystic was saying that shit ain't real. Y'all don't even know what the fuck truth is.
Yeah, the physical plane is not real.
So when you take the words of Jesus or Buddha or Krishna or any of these mystics, whatever they considered to be the truth was in alignment with reality and not the manifestation of this reality.
Right.
They knew the difference.
If them niggas was real.
If
Them niggas ain't real.
but listen, they don't have to be real for me. You niggas want to see the sword, here it is. They don't have to be real for me. Because I understand that metaphors are used to convey high-level truths. Okay, let me just write in a story for niggas, because this is how they wrote your spiritual books.
Yeah, that's what the Bible. Yeah, the Bible.
You're dumb. I need an allegory.
Yep.
I need a story.
Right.
I can't.
Let me see how I can get this on your level. Let me see how.
Right.
Okay, shit. I can't just tell you that it's important to plan wise and build well, because that's not going to work. That's not going to hit you. So let me tell you this story about the three little pigs.
Right.
Yep.
Do you motherfuckers think some pigs really live? Mason, do you really believe that? Because that's not what I'm getting at.
But that story is Masonic, though.
Is the quality of your thought,
That's it.
right?
Yeah.
The quality of your thought will manifest in the quality of your construction.
That's it. That's it. That is the
You get what
Masonic
I'm saying?
Say
breakdown.
that one more time.
That's the Masonic
Say
breakdown.
that again.
You got a motherfucker with a thought process that's equivalent to straw. Whatever you
Yep.
build ain't gonna stand.
Ain't gonna
Oh
stand.
my
Yep.
God.
You got another motherfucker with a thought process that's equivalent to sticks.
The sticks. Yes. Yeah,
Shit ain't gonna You're building.
You're building.
Right. Oh yeah.
You've been called a pagan for shit the first humans created. That was your religion. You got niggas who are afraid of African belief systems.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Africans with niggas, what the fuck?
That's that
you
voodoo.
don't pick
That
your
voodoo.
bottom lip and
Oh my Lord.
I will not believe.
That's true. Like the words, I'll give you guys this one, zombie.
Give me that.
The word zombie, it actually comes from that like Haitian voodoo, and it's a serpent god. So it actually represented someone who was of high intelligence. Remember, the serpent represents excuse me, enlightenment. So he was a serpent god. So he represented enlightenment. But they've turned that into the Walking Dead motherfucker. So that was us. This is what we used to use. The zombie was the high enlightened motherfucker, the dragon, really. And they flipped that into you're a Walking Dead motherfucker.
Okay.
The dragon is the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In the Bible,
right.
the dragon is the devil.
Right. There you go.
Now, peep game.
There it is.
Now,
Well,
peep game.
everybody with any power other than Jehovah seek for knowledge is evil.
Wow.
Lucifer, the bearer of light, he's evil because he's looking for knowledge.
But again, Madame Blavatsky of the Theosophical Society, I'm going to take all the religions that already exist, and I'm going to steal their symbols. I'm going to use their symbols, and I'm going to create the Theosophy Society. The Theosophical Society. Theosophy. Theos, Greek word God. Sophie, the wisdom of God. You got it?
Right.
Is with me.
Okay.
But they took the
She wrote a book called Lucifer.
right.
Scared the shit out of everyone.
Of the blind.
Feminine aspect, the divine feminine power out of it. And so that leaves you imbalanced.
Right.
And you're just basically worshiping just half of the energy.
Wow.
Which is where the paganism comes from, because they were balancing it out. Remember, Wicca, male witch or wizard. So he's working on the feminine aspect, nature, through the masculine energy.
Right.
So that was the balance there. But they took that shit out
culminates today. It's the reason why a bad bitch needs bone straight hair.
Bone straight hair. Okay, you kind of.
Again, if I can tell you who the fuck your God is, I can damn sure, and I can change who the image of your God is. I know I can get you to follow it if I'm in power. This is no different than the episode of Good Times.
Oh, don't
When Florida
And had the white put the black Jesus
Nigga,
up.
you better, this is the Jesus I know.
Right.
And it, again, if you can't find
And it got an applause break back in the day.
right, if you can't find the image of yourself in your God, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
By pagan beliefs. I'm watching. You see white people getting away with the wildest shit in the world because they dominate the perspective.
Right.
And this, like Kevin said, the perspective becomes your truth. I can't do this shit. This is the white man's world.
You talking?
How many times have you heard that coming up as in our generation?
Come on, man. You talking about
This
the
is the white
father?
man's world.
You talking about the father-child relationship right now? Think I should probably say this for the rant.
This is
but
the
fuck
white
it.
man's world, nigga.
Okay.
You gonna get nigga, fuck some shit up. You
Right.
close it. You gonna fuck it up right now.
What you trying to tell me, Theodis?
Listen now. Listen, boy. Listen, boy. Everybody in your family, out of everybody in your family, you done got the furthest and you ain't done shit yet. And you telling me you gonna fuck it up right now?
Hi, we're back with we're back. We're back with conversations between Theodis and Lee Arthur.
Theodis.
What do you mean I'm finna fuck up Theodis?
Listen now. I'm gonna tell you right now. You go in that motherfucking job interview, you put your head down. Don't you look at that man in his eye.
Don't look me now.
Don't you look him in the eye. Nigga, listen, you look a man in the eye, you gonna let that man know that you ain't scared of him. You let him know you ain't scared of him, you ain't gonna get that job.
So I got to be.
You don't get that job.
Look here. I got to be scared.
You don't get the fuck out my house. You don't get the
Pack your shit.
all of a sudden, it is very important that I don't look this man in the face. Because I got a 48 Chrysler, but that don't mean I want to live in it.
But do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, I do.
It builds up. We're gonna take your spirituality and say it's evil. Now you're reliant on us for your definition of spirituality, and that definition doesn't look like you.
And that's where the lack of history comes in, though, the lack of information, because you wouldn't be tripping off that because you created all they damn hairstyles. So if you ain't that shit, you produced everyone on the planet. So whatever hairstyle you wear, that's your shit.
Well, here's the
So under the guise of the church, and then I'm gonna throw it to you, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Under the guise of the church, under the guise of religion, these motherfuckers have been able to walk into every fucking country and say, you motherfuckers are heathens.
Because God looks like me.
Take this Bible.
Take this book and give us the land.
Right.
You fuckers. You don't know how to manage this shit.
That's right.
Only Christ.
Right. This is God's
That's
land.
right.
Show stupid asses out of here, you animals. You some sexy animals too. I might fuck all of you in the name of Jesus.
All right.
Go ahead, John.
I have this book which entitles me to all of your pussy and valuables.
Even though you are animalistic to me,
Give now, not necessarily in that.
Pussy comes fast.
Oh my God.
do you get it? Pussy and land in the
Land,
name of
yeah, pussy
Jesus.
and
We will
land.
claim it all.
That's
and you
right.
will be labeled as heathens as we study your deepest spiritual
Give me your
knowledge.
quartz.
To the literal point to where they were taking land, it was jewels, it was called booty, and that's what you call a woman's ass today. They would take a female, they would take the jewels, they would take the land, all of that was called booty, and that's why you call a female's ass today booty.
Deliver your
Wow.
booty. Deliver your booty unto me now.
I will be needing your quartz, your diamonds, and your bitches.
Your batch. Your batches.
All of your biatches.
Your bi-
All of
All of
them.
your biatches.
I will need. I will require.
Although I think you are animals, I am sexually attracted to all of you. I would like to plunder your booty.
I'm going to plunder booty. Right after right now, I shall be having whatever that delightful smell is that is from those huts. We shall eat food, fuck their bitches, take kill them, do it with this book.
Now you fast forward to today.
Yes.
Because they're the ones that are the authority
Oh yeah.
of what is
What? Of what is what?
What is what?
Nigga, you didn't go to my school? Then you stupid.
Right. They're the authority. Everything they do is the benchmark that everybody is reaching for.
For whatever fucking reason other than bullying.
She said, I'm going to get fired if y'all
Oh, she laughing in the
No, that's a brother. He said he gonna get fired. Hey, but again, we still pagans today. We're still Gentiles today.
Mm-hmm.
Think now.
Is that what that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Listen, man.
Gentlemen, Gentile men.
Movement.
Wow.
Okay, how you existed? You in the 1800s, bitch.
Thousands
Right.
and thousands of years before you.
This was thousands of years before you. How are you the founder of that?
Because I took the cover off of it when nobody was looking. They couldn't
Right.
see it. Now you can see it.
What I'm saying?
Uncovered it.
Exactly.
Or
No,
discovered
this
it.
new age
I
shit.
discovered it.
Right. I
Discovered it.
Right.
So now, new age. Oh, this is devil worship. Can we put the critical thought on it real quick? Ancient Africans didn't have a devil.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So just real quick, you had ancient Kemet. They had night and day, Heru and Set.
Right.
It wasn't a devil though.
Right.
It was just a battle.
Night and fucking day. It was nature. Neteru.
Yes. Yeah,
Neger.
yep.
It was nature.
Nature.
Okay. How did come out of Africa, land in Europe, and become witchcraft? And become evil?
Here's how. Which backs up my theory that no man is closer to God than any other. If I do that, then how the fuck can I pimp you as I am? But that's not enough. So that your own, I'm gonna deem other shit than my way.
No, so now you're talking about hierarchy. Let's create a hierarchy.
Yeah,
But no,
I'm
but Satanism, real quick, how it got perverted. When they started Satanism, it was actually just a rebellion against the church. So that's why everything was inverted. That's why you have Christ, you have Antichrist. The cross upside down, they flipped it upside down. So they just inverted everything just to piss the church off.
Right.
So they didn't believe in devil worship and shit like that. They were actual pagans. They believed in nature, spirituality, all of that shit. But they were like fuck the church.
So the same way
Bye.
the same way the Crips bastardized and say horrible shit.
Exactly.
So watch this. Thank you for doing that, Jeff. Who's the fucking bad guy in the Bible?
In the Bible?
The bad guys. Starting the Bible, it was the fucking Egyptians.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Egyptians were the bad guys.
You mean the people that enslaved the poor Jews?
Okay.
The horribly poor, them?
Okay, that's somewhere else. But that's fine. That's part of the bullshit
Yes,
propaganda.
that's my whole point.
Right. But Egyptians are the bad guys. The dragon is the bad guy.
Yep.
Names you call yourself are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. The most evil motherfuckers in the world. They didn't call that woman, Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, one of the most evil people in the world, because she wrote a book called Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Who called himself Lucifer? He wrote a book called Lucifer too. Crowley.
Yep.
Aleister Crowley. But all these niggas was on Egyptian shit.
Right.
Wait a minute. You gonna call this shit evil? You come from Christian families. You come from Christian belief systems. You gonna call all this shit evil while you're studying it?
But what does Satan mean? What does Satan mean?
It just means adversary.
There you go. So they were adversaries of the church.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
We were adversaries
Yep.
of the church. Why? Because we had higher knowledge.
Yep.
Yes.
The fuck y'all niggas believe it?
This bullshit.
Y'all thought this was a real man? This is a metaphor for the sun.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
astrotheology. We're talking about the movement of the skies.
Yeah, the three kings, those are stars.
What are we doing?
Yes, the sun is also
Oh,
a
we're
star.
adversaries of that shit.
Thank you.
So now, if you claim it today, you're a devil worshiper.
But then devil only means, devil only means slanderer, somebody to talk shit.
Boom.
So yeah, I'm talking shit about the church. That's why an average person, you would label, again, back in the day, just a layman person would be called devil, because anyone who's slandering anyone else would be called the devil. That became attributed to Satan, or the big devil, the anti-Christ.
Revelations, that old serpent, the devil. You get the white people in Europe claiming to be the dragon.
How'd that happen?
The king called himself Pendragon.
Pendragon.
Tell him what Pendragon means.
Means feathered serpent.
You mean like Quetzalcoatl?
Yes. Yes.
Some more aboriginal shit that is
Yes.
now pagan?
Or Pendragon, feather, and then dragon means, so it actually means enlightened, someone who is enlightened. So if you take the two words and break the words down, so pen means feather, dragon means sight.
So
clear
as
sight.
opposed to that time,
These are what white people call themselves.
in
Yes.
this time.
Pendragon.
Yeah, the enlightened. So the motherfucker who is at the top was supposed to be the enlightened motherfucker.
So in that time, as opposed to or directly laid over the template of this time, what would that make us, the three of us? Would we be considered dragons because we're fairly enlightened, or?
Oh, no question.
No
I'm a
doubt.
dragon, nigga.
Well, dragons. Because a lot of people are getting at me about the difference between the dragons and the phoenix.
Yeah,
You had a golden dragon and you had the dark dragon. The cats who came in and didn't abuse that knowledge.
Okay.
The dark dragons were they just mashed on everybody. They didn't give a fuck. So an example of a golden dragon would be somebody like Saladin of ancient times, who took back Jerusalem from the Christians. He came
Who
in.
helped healed King Richard.
Yeah. Sent that
Richard,
motherfucker some medicine.
herbs
and
and
snow.
the ice
Yep,
and
packed
shit.
in snow.
Yeah.
So that was a golden
It's
dragon.
because we read.
Uh,
Is it either Ottoman Empire or
but you can read anything on Saladin.
Suleiman Suleiman the Great.
Oh yeah, Suleiman the Great. But
That was the book.
But there is the Ottoman Empire. It's in there. It's in there too. But if you take that, you take Saladin as a golden dragon. Then the Phoenix people were more like artists and scholars and people like that. So they didn't necessarily believe in the fighting aspect of it. Although you know what I'm saying, they didn't believe in it. But they, let's pass the information. Let's share the information. That was the more important shit.
But that's what I keep trying to say. We have bought into the label pagan. To me, pagan means people without a purpose, people without a spiritual purpose, people who don't know who the fuck they really are. Because you bought into a label that was turned derogative. You're a pagan. Wait a minute, believing my own shit makes me a pagan? Yep. And guess what? It's gonna be that way.
Yeah, it finna be like that.
Because I'm in power, and I say you don't get to believe that way.
Yep.
You want to move up, don't you, nigga?
Don't you, nigga?
You want to make yourself something in this construct, don't you, nigga?
That's what Jesus' code word for.
Give it to me.
Jesus is the Jesus is the speakeasy password to modern social success.
Wow.
That's the speakeasy password. You come in with Allah or agnosticism, and now you got a problem. But what's happening is there's a changing of the guard at the speakeasy door. So pretty soon, you're going to be laughed at with that old password, Jesus.
The old password.
Jesus is becoming the old password.
Yeah, man.
I like that, Jeff.
Why you got a problem with we calling him Jesus? This in the name Jesus. There's the power in the name Jesus is what is given to you by your acquiescence to the system.
Wait. Let's go back. I'm very powerful. There's power in anything you believe to be true.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
Nigga, if you worship this fucking thing right here and I can get 10 other motherfuckers to worship it, it's 10 times more powerful.
Let me explain to you why. I fuck with prayer and not God.
Oh!
Excuse me.
Oh!
I said that wrong. I fuck with prayer, not religion.
And not religion. I knew where you was going.
I fuck with God and prayer. Because I know God and prayer is real.
Yes.
Because it's the power of thought. Shit, my son was at a basketball game yesterday. At a basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
Before that goddamn basketball game, everybody came together at center court and prayed.
Okay.
You think I was against that prayer?
Right on.
There's too much power.
Too much collective energy.
You believe. You make it real. I say God is my metaphor for God is this. God is canvas that's alive. And your thoughts are the paint.
Yes.
And whatever you paint on the canvas comes alive. So I'm not going to shit on Christians. I know you believe in it. So it is real. You're going to testify of the truth of your experience. I can't shut that down because you believe. Y'all motherfuckers came together at this goddamn basketball court and said, we pray that don't nobody get hurt. Nigga, I'm with that prayer.
Right.
Yeah, God give us all good sportsmanship.
Good sportsmanship. We love each other.
Wait,
Yes, I'm with that.
Take away the aggression.
Oh, yeah. I bind the spirit of aggression. There will be no fighting in here. Nigga, I take all that.
I bind the spirit of aggression.
I take it all.
Oh, my God.
Because, again, you got white people out here who have studied the ancient sciences. Buddha said, all is mental.
Yep.
The Kabbalion says...
The Kabbalion is all is mind.
Right.
Everything in the universe is mental. But then Buddha, the universe. What is it? What's the quote? Everything is mental.
Everything is mental.
Yeah, everything is mental.
Universe.
What you think you become.
Yeah.
That's the quote. That's the quote. What you think you become.
Yeah. And then here you go. Who is the famous white dude that all the niggas who trying to come up and get rich, he wrote a book. What's that famous book?
Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
Bow. That's all based off your shit.
Off your thoughts. That's your shit.
Dynamic Thought by Thomas M. Hamblin. Same shit. Thoughts Are Things, Bob Proctor. Well, he got that from an old book. You know that? What's that old book? That old things.
Yeah. It's dope, though.
Bob is dope.
He's dope.
But all this shit comes from shit they learned from us that into paganism. Because it's not under the guise of Christianity.
Do you know why it's not under the guise of Christianity? Because now it puts you all even with the preacher.
See, let me just say.
Ahead.
Wait, you remember that video I sent you of Fred Price's son?
Yep.
Who was breaking this shit
was
down.
Killing
that
some shit.
motherfucker was so
Yep.
close. I said, you have to either know or don't want to know.
Yep.
Okay, you got to send me that.
That video I sent
He was killing it. He had a gang of information. It was kind of
It's on
off a
YouTube?
little bit.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It was off a little bit, but he had a gang of factual shit though that he was stringing together. I was like, oh shit, he got that. I mean, it was.
But he was stringing it together to fit
hit his narrative,
a spiritual
narrative.
bias. My thing is, dude, how the f***ers gonna be evil and they protected your God?
What was it, like 12 to 30 or something? When the Bible go dark from Jesus from.
Where he at?
In Egypt, in the room,
Well,
like,
I'm gonna tell you why you
nigga,
think,
shut your ass up.
why
and
you think
stay
he
quiet.
went. Why you think he went dark from 12 to 30? Because that's where you do most of your fucking up, ain't it?
Oh shit. No.
I tell my children, okay, you do understand that the human brain is not fully developed until you are 25, which means until then you are functionally retarded. You do get that, right?
Let me come. Masons are evil. Masons are evil. It's symbolic of intellect, knowledge. Right. When you see a smart shining,
Got to shining.
that boy sparkle. You get what I'm saying? Again, they've told you intellect is evil, but blind belief is virtuous.
But I think that came more from with the true meaning of the word pagan, which is peasant. That came from the people was evil. So you're a person with knowledge.
You all uppity nigga, they gonna kill you.
That's literally all it means.
You sadiddy bastard.
Thank you, sadiddy. In modern terms, sadiddy or knowledge. And so you're basically standoffish to people who you know what I'm saying, who you thought were stupid.
I do not like those three because they do a lot of the reading. Books and say are in the books, but I don't believe them. They're just three.
Nag. Tell him to get down from the nag.
But you see that shit though. That's how they smart motherfuckers was evil because they were uppity.
Go to the right now. Go to the hood right now. I am telling you, I learned how to use these doorknobs because I never went to the 6th grade. I made a double from the 5th to the 7th grade when they wanted to put me in the 9th grade, and them niggas around the way let my ass have it on a regular. Answer another question, nigga. Answer one more question. We're gonna whoop your ass.
But
I used to hear that
again,
shit all the time.
this comes back to the point, man. The shit that made you special was the originality of your own knowledge. So now, I'm gonna make it pagan. Right? I'm gonna make it evil.
God damn it.
The light is knowledge. And then, I'm going to create propaganda around it. Yes, we worship the light. We worship Lucifer. This is some of the writings.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? This is who's my man who started the cake? Pike, Albert Pike. This is Blavatsky. This is Crowley. But none of these motherfuckers are original. Where did you get your knowledge? Let's start at where you got it. And if it comes back to any indigenous people, you stole it and then gave it back to them in a watered down, westernized form and said, this is the version we approve of while we practice the shit you started.
Real shit in the back. Don't come to this back room.
No, exactly.
Don't come to this back room, nigga.
The Rosicrucians. Come on,
The rose
man.
and the cross.
The rose and the cross.
We're going to keep all this time travel and higher level learning and metaphysics to ourselves.
Listen, they give up Egypt. They give up the motherfucking gateway to the Middle East. All of that. Nigga, Egypt is still sitting on the African plate.
Yes.
So is Israel.
Yeah, there is no Middle East. There's no such thing as the fucking Middle East.
Do you get it?
That's a fucking play on words to make motherfuckers just to put you in a place. If you look at the goddamn map, ain't no Middle East. Take the fucking lines off the shit.
So then you got motherfuckers running around like David Icke.
Yeah, icky.
You know, the reptilians are here and devouring and
You're right.
eating
The
people.
reptilians are here.
And hold on, Pam. Hold on. This is how black people were able to call themselves dragons.
Yes.
Over that same.
Okay, let's just deal with two. Let's just deal with two, my nigga. Two ancient civilizations. Dogon, the Dogons.
Reptilians coming.
Patolo,
Yep.
following the star, Patolo, that you niggas labeled the dog star, Sirius, E and motherfucking C,
Right.
and B and C can't be seen with the naked eye,
They just found C.
and these motherfuckers is mapping out the movements of these stars.
Right.
Well, how did you do that? Oh, well, some reptilians came down
and handed off some shit.
and they were called the Nomos, and we had sex with them. NASA has been to fuck with these people.
Right.
All types of scientists have been to.
Not only did
Are
they
we
say
talking
that,
about
they made little figurines showing what happened, the depictions of them coming down and handing over books. Like you'll see the figurines and all this shit of them handing over scrolls and knowledge and shit. This is the Dogons made. Like, look, nigga, this is what they look like.
So are we discussing the Anunnaki right now when you say?
We could discuss all of that shit. So again, that's the Dogon. We have had sex with aliens, reptilians.
Right.
Okay, cool. We're just gonna leave that right there. We fucked with aliens, reptilians. Okay, cool. Then he goes
We done some.
the African Sanusi, Credo Mutwa. You know that
Yes.
the black guy,
Right.
my
400
That's my
pound
dude, yep.
necklace on.
Dude.
And he telling them, no. The ancient Egyptian society started in South Africa, north, from what we call south, from south
To rise anyway, from the low to the high.
again. This is how we started. These motherfuckers, you go on YouTube right now. There's a documentary called The Black Pharaohs. The Black Pharaoh.
The Black Pharaohs.
And guess what they're fucking reinforcing?
What?
That below this level, this is where the black niggas was.
What? No niggas above this?
So they're talking about Shabbat. In Sudan. But nigga, we came from the south, not from